Hello and welcome to the wrap-up on UCFM, bringing you the latest from the UC community each week. I'm your host Ben, and I'm joined by AJ.
Hey.
How's it been going?
It's been great. I cooked a lovely meal today.
Yes, it was great. First time I've tried spam before.
Hey, spam musubi.
Yes.
What do you
very
think?
Good. I mean, it was salty, but I guess I
Okay.
like meat salty, so it's fine.
Just say that you didn't like my meal.
I loved it.
I had a
How's
lot
your
of
week
fun.
been though?
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of uni work, as always. We just say that every single time, though. Don't
I
we?
mean, I would say this is probably the busiest week I've had this semester.
Talked to a lot of people. Lots of interviews.
Yes, a lot of interviews.
And speaking of interviews.
On today's show, we'll be chatting with UC student Charlotte Taylor and Mel from UC Sport about UniSport Nationals last week on the Gold Coast. The SRC will be stopping by the studio to talk about their role at UC, and we'll also have the latest UC news and a weekly events guide.
Exactly. But before we get into it, just a reminder to follow our socials at UCFM_87.8 to keep up to date with everything happening at UCFM. And join in on the conversation. Send us a message during the show today on our text line. That's 0415 774405.
And if you're not already, you can listen to UCFM wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app. Let's wrap things up. Now, to start this week's show, we're joined by Mel Green from UC Sport and Charlotte Taylor, who recently represented UC at UniSport Nationals. Hello and welcome.
Hey. Hello.
Yes, I mean, just to start us off, Mel, tell us about how the event was. How many UC students were there, and what sports did they compete in?
Cool. So we had 79 students and 4 coaches going away with us. We had teams in beach volleyball, basketball, football, futsal, kendo, netball, OzTag, and tennis.
And Charlotte, I mean, just last week, around this time, you were in the Gold Coast. How did you find it?
Oh, it was my first time ever doing Uni Nationals, but I think that might have been the most fun I've had, in a while. But, getting all the girls together, and most of us had never played with each other before, and just going up, having a good time. Yeah,
and how would you guys rate, how, I guess, obviously sport is for the fun of it, but how would you rate our performance at UniSport Nationals?
Look, not too bad. We had 2 silver medals and a bronze, so that's amazing. That was, really good. Our beach volleyball team went through almost the whole time undefeated. They ended up losing the grand final, but
that's still amazing.
Really good until then. Our basketball team came together, had not met each other before they started. They started with 3 losses and a draw, but went on to win 4 straight games after that.
That's
so that
amazing.
Was a real redemption arc for them.
And Mel, I mean, how was your personal experience of the event? How did you find it?
I had a lot of fun. The students were all really well behaved. I loved being able to go and watch all of the games, watching everyone improve across the week. It was just so much fun.
And back to you, Charlotte, I guess. How did you decide to first join in and compete? What made you really interested in sport, but maybe also Uni Nationals?
Oh, well, I started playing football, so soccer, when I was in year 5, because at the time the girls' team at my school needed more players. I'd never kicked a football before, but clearly it stuck because I ended up playing 8 seasons at that one school. And then I went away on a gap year last year to the UK, and I got to experience all the women's growth in football at all the WSL games. And then I came back and didn't have the best experience at a club. And then I was reminded, go play for UC, go play at Uni Nationals. I was like, Gold Coast. Bit nice, bit fancy. But yeah, that's how I kind of got into it. But yeah.
And what are you guys hoping to see out of UC Sport at maybe a future competition?
I guess for us, we'd love to grow the numbers that we're taking away each year. More competitive, I guess. But yeah, there's so many sports that are at nationals every year that we're not competing in. So anytime we've got enough numbers to send a team, that's what we want to be doing. I mean,
I guess what would you say to someone who's listening and is maybe thinking about joining and competing next year?
Just do it.
Yeah.
What's stopping you, really? But
yeah, I mean, looking back at the competition just last week, do you guys have any highlights that have really stuck in your mind?
Yeah. So at least for women's football, we weren't successful in trying to make it out of our group stage, which was a bit unfortunate because last year the girls came 4th in a very heated bronze medal match. But at least this year we had 2 Canberra derbies, so against ANU, and we beat them twice. So not only did we solidify which uni was the better Canberra uni, but just made it all the better.
That's amazing.
And I will say on that, across the whole comp, we had 5 games against ANU, and UC won 4 of them. So who's the real winner here?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Charlotte, what sort of things do you hope to achieve in the future with your sporting endeavours?
Well, really, it was kind of just a good way to meet other people, especially after having a really rough season at another club. But then also it was kind of just a way to, network and figure out, what do I really want to get out from playing? Do I want to keep playing at a semi-professional? Do I want to sort of chill out a little bit? But I truly think it was one of the best experiences I've had in a while. But yeah.
Yeah. And what sort of events are you guys looking forward to at UC for UC sporting prowess, I guess, in the near future?
Well, obviously we're coming to the end of the semester, but with UC Sport we run social sport every single day. So if anyone's looking for something that's a little bit more low-key than Uni Nationals, 12:30 till 2:30, you can find us on either the concourse or the sports hall, and that'll be continuing next year as well. So that's probably the biggest thing for us.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to know more about UniSport Nationals, check out their website, unisport.com.au.
Well, guys, guess what? It's now time for the UC News Wrap. Let's go. Beep, 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 beep. The results for the annual Living Well in the ACT Region survey were released this week. The survey is conducted by the Health Research Institute at UC, and this year they asked over 3,000 adults living in the ACT region about their well-being, resilience, and the livability of their community. The results reveal a decline in well-being among Canberrans, largely driven by the cost of living crisis and reduced optimism about the future. While ACT residents still report higher well-being than the national average, nearly 1 in 3 now experience low well-being. The survey found increased community participation and volunteering, but a drop in in-person social connections and a rise in loneliness. Financial pressures have led to cutback on heating, food quality, medical appointments, and social events. And you can find out more about the survey on the Health Research Institute's page on the UC website.
And at a recent networking event hosted by the Australian Institute of Building and the Young Builders Alliance, UC Building and Construction students had the opportunity to connect with CEOs and leaders from local construction companies. The event aimed to bridge a gap between education and industry, offering students valuable insights into career pathways, industry expectations, and professional development opportunities. It also highlighted the importance of collaboration between academia and industry to prepare the next generation of construction professionals.
And the Stone Week scav hunt is on again. Isn't that right, Ben?
It is. we had a failed attempt. Next year, though.
Next year. Well, currently, right now, the challenge started on Tuesday this week and finishes tomorrow, October 10 at midnight. So get going, guys. With a whopping 55 tasks on the list and $1,000 up for grabs, it's sure to be a chaotic few days. To win, teams need to complete tasks on the list and collect as many points as possible. And entries are still open if you want to be part of the fun. Check out UC Life X socials for more info.
Very exciting. A lot of money on
a lot of money, and we wanted to do it, didn't we, Ben?
Yes.
We could have.
Like I said, this week, for me at least, is the busiest week of semester. But anyway.
Many an interview, but many a fun.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the latest news from around campus. Get ready for some fun at UC Oktoberfest happening today from now until 7 p.m. at UC Barracks. That's right, head down right now because it's happening right now. Try a hand at keg bowling, test your grip in a Stein holding competition, that sounds quite fun, and see who can eat the most sausages. And don't miss the Bent Spoke Beer tasting contest, which also sounds quite a lot of fun.
Yummy.
A perfect blend of campus spirit, lighthearted competition, and good company.
Yes. Very, very cool. I would love to be involved. Maybe we could do that after this. Don't you think, Ben? I reckon so.
Yes.
Now, social sport at the UC is happening, so you guys can take a break from study, head down to the concourse lawns at lunchtime for some social sport with the UC Sport or with UC Sport next Tuesday. Yes. They always keep things flexible, bring you the sport you're hyped about right now, whether it's a fan favorite, a viral trend, or something new you're keen to try. Got a sport you're loving or one you're always wanting to give a go or you've always wanted to give a go? Let UC Sport know and they'll do their best to make it happen.
Are there any sports on your mind recently, AJ?
To be honest, I've been thinking about badminton a lot lately.
I do like badminton, yes.
I was always very good at it, you know, when I was a bit younger.
Yes.
You know?
Well, I mean, I probably wasn't, but it is a lot of fun anyway. I mean, I love trivia, which isn't a sport, but if you like trivia too, get your trivia fix twice on Tuesday with back-to-back trivia nights. Start the evening at UC Barracks from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And where a new set of 40 challenging questions await you each week. Compete for an $80 bar tab and the chance to win a $250 semester prize, all while enjoying great food, drinks, and company. Then keep the momentum going at the Lighthouse Pub in Belconnen from 7 to 9 p.m. with a relaxed trivia hosted by Connect Up. Test your knowledge in a friendly atmosphere and connect with fellow students to round out a perfect Tuesday night. Don't miss this double dose of fun and a challenge every week.
Hey, sounds good to me.
Have you ever won a trivia before?
Won a trivia, no, but I got very close. Second place.
I'm definitely, that's my experience in most trivia competitions.
I do know that my sister did a trivia contest recently and she won, but I think it was a mistake.
Oh my gosh.
It was a mistake because her group was named something extremely similar to the other group that probably won. So I think that people were giving points to the wrong group.
Well, let's just not talk about that.
Yeah, nothing happened. Anyway, coming up next, we've got student dinner night. Treat yourself to a free dinner at the student dinner night on Wednesday, the 15th of October from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the UC Refectory. No cooking, no cleaning, just good food and great company. And on the menu next Wednesday is curry night. Ooh, yum. Love a curry.
Sounds good.
These events are part of a series designed to bring students together over a shared meal. So mark your calendar and enjoy a night off from the kitchen.
And staying with food, join the UC cooking class at UC. Join the cooking class at UC on Thursday, the 16th of October from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the UCX Student Lounge lawns. In this hands-on session, you'll learn to transform everyday pantry staples into a delicious meal. Led by the UC Nutra Club and UC LifeX, this class is designed to enhance your culinary skills and make the most of your groceries. Best of all, you'll get to enjoy the meal you've prepared. Ooh. Sounds great.
Hey, are you much of a cook, Ben?
When I get in the kitchen, no, I'm not.
When I get in the kitchen, no. Death, burning. Gordon Ramsay's coming to my restaurant.
Yes, pretty much.
You know, I would like to say that I'm a pretty good cook.
You are. I will. The amount of times you've cooked for me, I'm very confident to say you're an amazing cook.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Yes, well, and that's all that's happening around UC. So make sure to check out the UC events page and UC socials for more info on these events and what's happening around campus.
This part of the show, we would usually talk to a student club or society, but this week, I guess you could say, we have the ultimate student society here in the studio. Welcome Atulia from the UC Student Representative Council.
Hi, guys.
So I guess just to start us off, for anyone who might be unfamiliar, what does the SRC do here at UC?
Yeah, so the SRC, as the name suggests, it means the Student Representative Council, and it is the only elected student body on campus right now. And the main cause of having SRC is we empower student voices, and we follow the framework of ACE, which is having consulting with students, taking accountability and evolving with time. So we make sure that we are consulting with students, their voices are heard, and the right kind of representation is there.
And how would you say your work contributes to the overall student experience here at UC?
Yeah, so the main work that we do is we consult with students in different ways. Like we do surveys, we have polls on Instagram, we are doing events. So constantly being in touch with the student community, doing events that make their life easier, giving them information about university resources, connecting them best with management. All of these things we make sure we do so that students are more connected with the community.
Yeah. And how did you get involved with the SRC, and why did you think it was important?
So I'm an international student, and I came to UC 1.5 years ago. And when I initially came to UC, my first feeling was, where do I fit in? And I felt that any other international student would feel the same. And my whole motivation to join SRC was to represent the international student community. And I applied to become the international student representative, and fortunately got elected. So I think that was my main motivation, to make sure that the international student voices are heard.
And how have you found it so far from a personal perspective?
I think it has been great. It's been really, really good. I think any student who is driven to make sure student voices are heard, it's a great platform because you get to interact with different stakeholders at university. And also it gives you a really good platform as a student to go out there and work for the student community.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, you have a very complicated job. There are so many competing student interests. How do you sort of prioritize what to focus on?
Yeah, like I said, like we do put out a lot of surveys. This year earlier we had the student town hall, and we consulted with students on different topics that they would like to address. So one of the topics that we had the town hall was budget cuts and staff cuts, and the student community was actively involved in making those decisions and having a word with management. So we make sure that their voices are heard and what they are wanting to hear from the management is communicated well enough.
And what response have you gotten from students who have been involved speaking with the SRC?
I think it's been great with the students who've been a part of SRC because they get a lot of exposure and a lot of events and activities to attend as being a part of SRC. And SRC also gives you a lot of training as you're part of the representative council. They make sure you're meeting different stakeholders, you're talking to all the important people at the university. So you're not just elected for the sake of being elected, but you're really valued as a student member.
And what about the students who aren't on the SRC, but they have interacted at a town hall or something? How have they from your experience, how have they found speaking with you guys?
Yeah, I think the main struggle that I think UC as a community has is that less number of students attending the events, and that's always been like a struggle to have students attend these events. So we make sure that we're doing everything in our power so that students feel like they should be a part of these events and they are best supported. The ones who have attended the events, I think one great review that we got was that they kept coming back for other events. That actually I think speaks a lot in terms of the quality of the events, and we felt like we're doing something somewhere right.
Yeah, and what's one thing you'd like to improve or maybe launch in the next year to enhance your communications with the student body?
Yeah. So right now, in the ones who are listening, UC SRC is on Instagram. They have their own website, and we are also on LinkedIn now. So we are on all these platforms. I think one thing that we can do in the near future is to like collaborate with UCX and University Canberra Instagram and all of these platforms, because they have a really good reach, and UCFM now.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of these platforms, just to make sure that the message is going out everywhere and students are aware of it.
Yeah, and I guess if you had way more resources than you do right now, what sort of media or engagement project would you like to run to reach students?
Yeah, I think we do promote a lot of general events as such, but I think we need more of like faculty-based events. So maybe a pop-up at a faculty building, just to make sure that that faculty is, consulted with, making sure that all student representatives at different faculties come together and then things are in process. Just maybe that kind of engagement where we speak to students face to face rather than just promoting them online. I think that would be helpful.
And what would you say to a UC student who maybe hasn't engaged with the SRC, but they do care about the stuff that happens around them on campus? How would you encourage them, I guess, to get involved?
Yeah, I think the first step, being the media officer also, would be like to follow us on all these platforms. Follow us on Instagram, and we do update a lot about the things that we are doing. And UCSRC has their email ID. You can always reach out to your representatives. And I think just because we are putting out a lot of information out there, I think just having that access to that resource, just tapping in that follow button would actually give you access to that information information. And I would just say that the Representative Council is very supportive of the community, and they're there to listen to student concerns. Just having to know that they are really open to feedback or any kind of questions that students have, I think they should just feel free to reach us.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, Atulia, for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, that's all that we have time for today. Thank you for joining us on the wrap-up.
There's always something happening around campus, so make sure to keep an eye out on socials and the Student Bulletin.
And you can listen to this episode of the wrap-up and past episodes on our website. That's ucfm.com.au, or find the podcast version wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow our socials as well. We're at UCFM_87.8.
And of course, we'll be back again next week to keep you up to date with what's going on around campus, the last episode of the semester. Ooh. So definitely stay tuned. But until then, that's a wrap.